Fine arts, I think, is extremely important for expression of students and just for growth.
Fine arts teaching, because it allows students to have an outlet. I think that's really important because teenagers go through a lot in life, and it's great to give them a creative outlet to work through problems.
And even though it's not numbers and it's not writing, in a sense it's expressing a person in terms of how they think.
You can express yourself freely without being judged and be able to be proud of yourself, even though other people might not view it the same as you, but other people have different interpretations. And you can look at it and you can see one thing, and someone else can look at it and see a completely different thing. It opens up your mind to
gives us confidence that other classes can't teach, like English or science. They just tell us what to do and how to do it, but we're actually given the freedom to do what we want, and it is a good promoter of mental health because it lets us express ourselves.
Taking art classes gives you the opportunity to break out of the routine that somebody else creates for you in regular ed classes, such as history or language or science, where it's the facts that you have to memorize and can't change. But in your art classes, you kind of write your own rules, and the structure that you organize for yourself is really dependent on the outcome you want in your artwork.
Well, the arts are unique, really, in the school curriculum. They're very different from anything else because they develop student skills at communication. There's creating, there's presenting and responding, and then there is that critical response piece. So they represent a direct communication between the student and his or her audience. That's really the important thing, and no other discipline really does that.
Fine arts department is very important in high school because we are a part of the school's culture. If you look at the whole look of the school, you have math and science and academics, but you also have physical education, you have arts, and these opportunities that we provide children give them a sense of pride for more than just the tests that they take.
I think the arts department is important to high school students because it gives them an outlet to express themselves in so many different ways and in so many different subject areas, like ceramics, like media. The possibilities are endless.
You know, Kelsey, when you ask that question, it makes me think that we teach our students concepts that originated in a lot of other cultures, like math from Mesopotamia and world history like ancient Egypt and Shakespeare from 16th century England. We respect these cultures enough to consider that these concepts of theirs are so important. Maybe we should remember that each of these and many of the other cultures that we pull from to inform academic subjects considered art to be an important part of their world. We learn so much from them, let's learn from their respect for the arts.
Fine arts really gives balance to our program of studies. Number one, it provides students a way to express themselves, whether it be music and the visual arts. It also, I think, really puts a different turn regarding academics. It makes kids think and plan and adjust to situations differently than the core courses like math, science, social studies.
Beyond high school, you can also apply what you learn in a fine arts class to job place, working hard. You can create, there are a lot of jobs that can come from creative endeavors, like working in graphic design. You can become an art director for a company. Working in ceramics, you can actually go in and work in a museum. You can work as a curator, a gallery director. There's a lot of different ways that you can take what you learn in a fine arts class and actually apply it to a job down the line. And I think that's a huge misconception about the arts, is that if you get an art degree, you're never going to have a career, and I think that's a big mistake.
Why I think art is fundamentally sound is because when you look into art, you find all your elemental subjects. You find your math, you find your science, you find physics, chemistry, because within art, there are numbers, there are equations, there are chemical reactions, colors, and even us humans perceiving art takes a certain type of biology.
Geometrics. You'd have to work with shapes, designs. The 3D piece of learning how to, learning perspective. If we're talking music, reading music, understanding music, there's a mental aptitude needed. There's an adjustment in terms of memory that some students don't get in the regular classrooms that they need to get.
Since being self-dependent like that is really what you're going to have to rely on when you leave school, whether or not art is the career you want to go into, it really helps build belief and strength in yourself and in decision making, and it helps you get to know yourself in a way that you don't have time to do pretty much anywhere else in your day, whether you're here at school or not.
My classes give opportunities to kids that may not excel solely in academics or physical education or in sports teams. I reach out to those kids who singing is their sport, and I provide an organization for them to grow and to excel in something that they love. And that gives them the confidence to do better in other things.
These classes teach us to think independently and expressively and give us our own sense of self and expression that other classes can't teach us.